Now you're looking at this here movie poster and you're probably thinking, I've never heard of this. Well, guess what, babe? Neither have I. Not until a couple of days ago when I just happened to be scrolling on Facebook and I saw an ad for it. I thought it was a Lifetime movie given the title, but no, this is a movie where you can go to the theater and get tickets. I checked my local theater and there was a showing for it and I said, why not? The Man in the White Van, directed by Warren Skeel, stars Madison Wolfe, Sky Jackson, Ali Larter, and Sean Astin. Billy Mansfield Jr. was a serial active between 1975 and 1981 in Florida. He took the lives of at least 5 women that they know of. However, he did have one survivor, and it's the survivor that inspired the story for this movie. So this movie is a little bit non-linear. So we start off in 1970 with this woman who looks like she works at a diner, who's obviously upset, fiddling with what looks like a wedding ring. She gets abducted. We fast forward 5 years. We're in 1975 with Annie, who is our lead girl, and she is the middle child, lives with her mom or dad, her older sister, younger brother, and you know, she is quintessential middle kid. She feels like no one's listening to her. No one believes her. She loves rock and roll. She loves her horse Rebel. And she likes to tell tall tales, not in a nefarious way or pathological lying kind of way, but she wants attention, understandably so. She's not the perfect older sister. She's not the cutesy little boy. She's just the middle child. And because of her telling of tall tales, when she tells her mom and older sister about a white van that was following her, they don't believe her. Throughout the film, we jump back in years. So we start off in 1970, go to 1975, then we go back to 71, 75, 72, 75, 73, 75, 74, and then we're back at 75. And each time we go back, we see a different girl who was abducted, and I had some issues. I mean, mostly with sound. I felt like he overdid it with the suspenseful sound, like kind of a screeching sound whenever, there's a jump scare. That got to be a little too much, especially because it was so much louder than everything else. It was just very, very loud. Some of the acting just did not do it for me. Madison Wolfe is amazing in this role. I think she's perfect for it. But there was acting in other places where I'm like, why are you even here? The ending fell a little flat for me. The build up to that point was great, but then the ending the lack of resolution just bugged me. But I kind of understand once I figured out what the backstory is with this movie, why we have such a flat, unresolved ending. It is what it is, but I was kind of desperate to know who this was. That's the thing with the Man in the White Van, is he is just the Man in the White Van. We don't know his name. We don't even know what he looks like. We know more about the van than we do about this man. And I thought that was very clever, very old school, kind of Stephen King-esque. Think Christine, where the car played such a vital role in that film, was almost a character. The white van is very much that. The white van is more of a character than the actual man. That was very effective. And if we're being real, going in that same vein, in terms of main characters, the white van is the first character that we meet. I'm just trying to figure out why there was little to no marketing for this. Because again, I found out about this on Facebook. I go to the movies all the time. I've seen every trailer there is. We're just starting to get some January trailers in. I've seen everything. I've never seen a trailer for this thing in theaters. And I'm trying to understand why there wasn't a marketing push here. Is it a budget issue? I don't know. Because that was pretty good. I mean, no, it's not perfect. It has its issues. But in terms of it being, a thriller, it's pretty solid. I like that. I cover my ears. I cover my ears when I get scared. I did scream a little bit. It's just a good suspenseful thriller. And I think what works so effectively here is the unfolding of Annie's character, Madison Wolfe, who plays Annie, and also the unfolding of this character that is the van. And understanding her resilience, her strength, and her fear, and also understanding the persistence and the predatory nature of this van and how this kind of clashes. It worked. It's an effective thriller. Whoever this man is, this director, I'm gonna need you to have a little more confidence, sir. You have something good going for you. I thought the casting of Brooke Hyland at the very end was very smart. Because at this point, we understand what the white van is, and she's very familiar. There's already an attachment there. I think that was very smart. we're in the middle of the 1970s. A lot of your nostalgia here is going to be in the clothing and in the hairstyles, but I do appreciate that we're not overloaded with nostalgia. It's not, thrown in our faces time and time again. Oh yeah, we're totally in the 1970s, in case you didn't know that 5 seconds ago. It just feels very natural and just easy. Now, I tried not to tell you what movies to see and what movies not to see, but I'm not sure how long this is going to be in theaters, because again, there was no marketing for this. I stumbled upon this. Why not? I think it's worth a chance. I will say that Ali Larter's character bugged the snot out of me just a little bit, because at the beginning it felt like there was just nothing there. There was no depth. There were no real layers to who she was. She was just prim and proper. And then we get towards the middle to the end where I felt like her character was starting to unfold a bit, but then she starts to fade from the story and it becomes less about the family dynamic, where it feels like Annie's a little boxed in and she's starting to blossom and bloom a little bit. So we see less of the mom, less of the dad, which I was a little aggravated with, because I felt like we were starting to get more from mom, if that makes sense. But late bloomer or whatever, I don't know. Something else that bugged me, because there's a lot of emphasis on what this van had done in the past, and we see these little details, jewelry that some of these girls were wearing, necklaces, hair clips. Clearly these things were important because there's a laser focus in on these details, but they don't really mean anything later. It would have been nice to kind of to see the buildup of that and where that was going, but nothing really came from that, and that bugged me. Like, why have us laser focus in on these details? Like, it was very important for us to see her playing with her ring. It was very important for us to see that the one girl had the infinity necklace, and even just the focus on Annie's necklace. One girl had a hair clip, stuff like that. Like, why, obviously put these things in our faces as if they're important and then not make them matter later. That bugged me. But other than that, the movie sets pace, I think, very well. It keeps tension well, suspenseful. Again, I screamed, I covered my ears. These are all signs that I am scared. And I think if for a lot of women, it's just a little relatable. There are points where I'm like, girl, don't go outside. Girl, don't sit in your car. Don't walk home. And then, the point where she's telling people that someone's harassing her, someone's bothering her, and no one believes her. And I think a lot of women can relate to that frustration of knowing that you're in trouble and no one's helping you. I'd say a solid 6.5 out of 10. Like, that wasn't bad. That was actually pretty good. I was surprised. I thought that was going to suck. I really expected it to suck. I thought it was just going to be an easy kind of Saturday night, I don't feel like going home and doing absolutely nothing kind of evening. But no, I had a good time with that.